My husband Mike and I have been in the real estate industry for over 15 years. In the last 8 years alone, we've done over $900 million in real estate sales. And here is the truth about being a real estate agent. I'm going to cover things no one else warns you about. Number one, you're a business owner now with everything that comes with it. This first truth is the one that changes everything, because once you embrace it, because it's the opposite of every job you've ever had before, and it's where your freedom actually comes from. There's no base pay in this job. You don't get a salary. You don't get health insurance. There's no paycheck showing up every 2 weeks whether you sold something or not. You are fully commission based from day one, which means you only get paid when you close a deal. And as the saying in this business goes, you only eat what you kill. For someone coming from a steady paycheck, this is a real shift to get used to. You can put weeks into a deal and have it fall through at the last second. Nobody's gonna fire you for a slow stretch, which sounds nice until you realize the flip side. Nobody is going to do the work for you either. The results are entirely in your hands, and that cuts both ways. The agents who survive this make a mental shift very early on. They stop thinking like employees waiting to be told what to do, and they start thinking like a business owner who is fully responsible for their own results. The freedom is very real, but the responsibility that comes with it is the part that TV shows never talk about. Number two, the real job. This next truth sounds strange until it clicks. And once it clicks, it changes how you spend every single day. You think you're getting into the business of selling houses. Well, there is an art and a science to this industry. And the truth is, you're getting into the business of building relationships with people who want to buy and sell houses. And those two things are very different jobs. The transacting part, the contracts, the showings, understanding language in the contracts and how to write it up, that's the easy part. Most people can learn that quickly. That's the science. Finding the clients, building trusting relationships with them. That's the part that decides whether you make it. And that is the art. Most new agents avoid the art of the business completely. They tell themselves prospecting is uncomfortable, or they're not sure it will even work, so they skip it. They hide in parts of the job that feel safer: the paperwork, the planning, the calendar blocking, setting up their office, class taking, getting those little 3-letter certifications that they can put behind their names without actual experience with the people. These things feel productive, but they don't actually bring in any business. And then they wonder why the phone never rings. So learn this now instead of the hard way like a lot of people do. The agents who consistently talk to people about real estate are the ones who eat. It's that simple. The ones who avoid it are the ones who run out of money and have to go get a real job. So whatever else you do in a day, the conversations that bring in business have to come first. Number three, the real challenge in this industry is all mental, but you can train for it. This is the truth that decides who lasts in this business, and it has almost nothing to do with how hard the job is. The good news is that you can build this because it's a skill. The lack of stability in this industry is brutal. You will have very high highs and very low lows, sometimes in the same week or even the same day. There are stretches where you're so busy you can barely breathe. You have so much to do you don't know how to prioritize it. You're not even sure how you're gonna make everything work, plus all you still have to do at home. And then there are stretches where you're totally stressing out, wondering if there's gonna be a deal come and where your next commission check's coming from. That certainty or that uncertainty is constant. It never fully goes away. I've been in this for 15 years and I still have that uncertainty when it comes to real estate sales, which means this is a mental game far more than a physical one. The agents who quit usually don't quit because the work is too hard. They quit because the not knowing wore them down. The self-doubt in the quiet weeks got too loud, and they didn't have a strong enough reason to push through that. So you have to know exactly why you came into this. Why did you get into this industry? Why are you here? Why are you trying to make this your career? What is really driving you? What are you reaching for? What you want badly enough to keep going when there's no deal in sight. After talking to literally hundreds of agents over the years, the ones who treat this as their only option and use language like, I will do this, I am committed, etc., are the ones who make it work. While the ones who use language like, I'm gonna try this out, I'm interested in this, I'm gonna see what happens, they don't last. The work you put in 2 years ago can show up 5 years later in this business. You just have to be steady enough and take care of yourself well enough to be standing when it does. So before I keep going, I want you to know that this is the entire reason that we built the Warrior Agent. If you're a woman looking at this business and wondering whether you can really do it, or you're already in it and fighting through exactly these hard parts, that's who I built this for. It's coaching and it's business education for women who want to sell more and build a life while they do it. The link is in the description below if you want to see how it all works. Number 4, getting into the industry is easy, which is exactly why most don't last. This fourth truth catches people off guard because the thing that makes this career so accessible is the same thing that makes it so hard to survive in. Becoming an agent is one of the lowest barriers of entry of almost any business, any industry. A few courses, an exam, a couple $100, and you've got a license. Boom, I'm a real estate agent. There is no degree required. You don't need to come from money. You don't need connections to start. You don't need a college degree. And I love that about this business because it means that anyone willing to work and put systems in place and continue to be resilient can build something real. And plenty of us started with nothing, but that low bar cuts both ways because it's easy to get in. The field is so crowded with people who got their license on a whim, never treated it like a real business, nor have any concept of what it actually takes to turn it into a career. So that's a big part of why the vast majority of agents are gone within a couple of years. The license is easy, staying is not. So don't let the easy entry fool you into thinking that the rest is going to be easy too. The exam is the simplest thing you'll do in this career. What it teaches you will only be applicable to maybe 5% of your business. What separates the people who build a lasting business from the ones who wash out comes down to one thing: the willingness to treat this like a real business long after the people who took it lightly have moved on. And number 5, your success is built on trust, and trust is built slowly. This truth frustrates the shit out of impatient people, or understanding it is what separates the agents who build something lasting from the ones who burn out chasing quick wins. You cannot meet someone today and expect them to sign with you tomorrow and be ready to buy a house the next day. It happens once in a while, but it's rare. Most of the time, it works the slow way. Someone sees you around, gets comfortable with you over time, watches you from afar, waiting for some social proof, waiting to see, if you can do what you do, if you stay consistent. Then they start to trust you, and only then, when they're actually ready to move, do they reach out. If you try to rush someone to the end of that before they trust you, there is nothing holding that relationship together. So what that means in practice is that if you do the work today, often that's going to pay off far down the road. You meet someone, you stay in touch, you stay useful, you stay a resource to that person, and they might move for 6 months from now or 2 years from now. I've nurtured people for 5-6 years before they transacted at all. But in the meantime, I was their go-to person for contractor information, doing consulting on stuff that things they wanted to, walls they wanted to paint in their home or appliances they wanted to replace, whatever it was. I stayed useful, I stayed relevant for them, and they trusted me. Because I stayed present, and because you will stay present that whole time, when they are finally ready, you're the one that they will call. So stop measuring your week by how many deals closed and start measuring it by how many real connections you made and nurtured. The agents who understand this keep planting seeds in slow seasons and then look up years later at a business that runs on relationships nobody else bothered to tend to. Number 6, none of the surface stuff matters as much as you think. And I'm talking about materialistic shit. This last truth is one I wish more new agents understood on day one, because so many of them waste actual energy and actual real money worrying about it. New agents get convinced that they need a luxury car, they need the nice clothes, they have to have the perfect office before anyone will take them seriously. They think that they have to look the part. I've watched people go into debt trying to look the part before they've even earned a dime. I've even seen luxury agent coaches tell others that they have to look like a luxury agent to become one. And that almost never moves the needle, because that's not what makes someone hire you. What makes someone hire you is whether they trust you, whether you know your shit, you can rattle off market stats cold, and whether you can actually help them solve their problem. I've seen agents close 6 figures driving a super beat up car because their clients never cared what they pulled up in. They cared how knowledgeable they were, how trustworthy they were. The surface stuff is mostly what they hide behind when they haven't done the real work yet. So don't put yourself in a hole trying to look successful before you actually are. Show up exactly as you are. Do genuinely great work, and let that be the thing that people remember and refer. People refer the person doing the work, not just the work. You can buy the nicer car later once the business is real, once you're actually making money. The clients you're so worried about impressing care far more about whether you're good at your job than what kind of car you drive. Now, if this is landing with you, the next thing you should watch is my honest advice for women who are actually in this business, where I get into what it really takes to push through these years and come out on the other side. Go ahead and watch that one next. I'll see you in the next video.